Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Racing with me, Rollcase TV, where I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a really cool-looking Ferrari. Isn't that not nice? Classic Ferrari. I can't change. I'm moving the stick to think that I can change the view, and as soon as I moved it, the thing changed the view on its own, and I thought, oh, I can change the view. No, I can't change the view. And I also can't upgrade the thing, because I need 25 miles on it, and I don't have 25 miles on it, but I can actually buy it now and put my own thing on it. Where is it? Is that it? 443 LM? No, that's not it. Ferrari 330 P4, that's the one. Okay, I can now change the livery so I know it's me. And can I do... I didn't think so. I can't change the livery. Ugh. Well, it's green. I'll know it's mine. A lot of these classic cars, you can't change it to a modern livery. And why is it 22? 23 is my favorite number. If I get to pick my own number, I always pick 23. Well, that's the only optional one, so at least I'll know it's something I have, because it's not the standard one. And I can't do any upgrades, because I need the 25 miles, so I'm going to have to do a custom race to get me 25 miles, so I can get the thing upgraded to keep up with the my competition now for the next race. So, how do we do 25 miles? We do 10 laps around the Indianapolis Oval, because yeah, is my my audio's doing okay, right? Make sure I've got my headset in the right position. Okay, whoops, no modifiers. Circuit race, but not classic oval. Instead, I don't remember what it was. Classic Ferrari Cup? Was that it? No, it's not that one. Ferrari Cup? No, it's not that one. Where's it, that one? It doesn't look like the one. Oh, great. Vintage GT? No. I'm in the totally. No, cancel. Why don't I remember what it was? I didn't look to see. I gotta go. I can't just look at the cars. Revert changes. Okay. I gotta actually go into the career, because it doesn't, when you go to the garage, it doesn't tell you what subcategory it is. Only in the career mode does it tell you what subcategory it is. So it's under specials. It is, this, my audio is warbling a little bit. Let me, plug in the headset. This is gonna make the mic go weird for a little bit, so apologize. It's just going to be quiet for a while, which is probably a good thing for you guys. Historic GT. And what vehicle was it? Yeah, you can hear the mic. You can barely hear my voice. Okay, and it's 2 rounds of elimination, so this has got to be, I'm going to finish in second. Right, it wasn't even paying attention. Okay, Historic GT. That's what it is. And it is, what vehicle again? Oh, now it is giving me 330 P4. Oh, because there's one I could buy. But I don't dare do that. I tried that once and it didn't register. Ferrari 330 P4. Okay. I passed by that because I saw there were 2 vehicles, and I thought that meant that it wasn't the right one, because they only gave me 1 choice. That was just initially. Okay, so race creator, back down here to the oval. I've wasted so much time messing around with getting this right. It is classic. What was it? Classic GT? Historic GT? Historic GT, that's the one. I recognize the symbol. Okay. And Ferrari 340 P4. Yes, that's correct. And now I can actually create the event. I need 25 miles, 10 laps around 2.5 is going to be just right. And yes, I will pick that vehicle because it's the only one I can't pick. All right. Yes, and this is the boring part, which I'm not a big fan of, but I need to get the mileage or I won't be able to compete because my competition will be upgraded and I will not be upgraded. And I wouldn't be able to compete in the last race unless I had the upgrades either. So, and I can't get the upgrades until I get the mileage, and even the 2 elimination races are not going to get me 25 miles. So actually I need 35 miles for the final upgrade. And you're not eligible unless you get the final upgrade. So yeah, you get locked out. In other words, you get locked out of the career mode unless you run extra races that you don't need. Now you can run those extra races by running the same race you just ran over and over again, which arguably is more fun but takes longer. Or you can just set up a custom race and get the miles in on the practice track, which is, well, consider this the test track. 10 laps around the test track. Very expensive test track. I had to fly to Indianapolis, have the car shipped to Indianapolis, rent the place out, because it's pretty cheap to rent out the Indianapolis quad, oval, or whatever they call it. And the crowd, I have to pay the crowd to be there. So it's a pretty expensive test track, I know. But hey, I'm driving a classic Ferrari. I can afford it. One advantage of this is I can look down at chat while I'm on the straightaways. It doesn't really matter. I will say again, I do like the game. I enjoy the game. I have a lot of fun playing the game. But there are things about the game that kind of are a little annoying. Wait, let me get on the straightaways so I can read that. The crowd pays to go to the race. Yeah, but it's not an actual race. It's just well, I guess you could call it an exhibition. It's just getting the mileage in. Maybe I guess it's an exhibition that I'm using as a practice race. Me and my teammate are racing around, who of course I will always beat. Yeah, especially when I tell him to hold his position. He's going to defend. He's not going to try to pass me now. He's going to defend against all of the competitors. I suppose it's true that people would pay if you opened up the test track, even if it wasn't, the Indianapolis International Raceway or whatever it's called. If you opened it up and people would pay to watch you just test the vehicle, especially if it's a classic vehicle like this. You know, you could have a classic car show out in the parking lot or wherever. I can't think of the word where the cars are all parked. I can't think of that word. Anyway, paddock. Out in the paddock, you could have, you know, the cars parked. People would pay just to come and look at the cars. Do a media event, because I'm such a famous race driver. A very short media event, though, because I can't be bothered. Wave to the crowd. I come out and wave to the crowd. Sorry, no autographs. But I do have pre-autographed shirts available that you can buy. I mean, of course, I didn't actually autograph the shirts. They're just stamped on, but, you know. I have quote, autographed pictures, unquote, autographed for sale at the gift shop. There are booths set up outside. Not that anyone would do that. Not that any, you know, not that anyone would claim to autograph something and not actually have it autographed. If you go to a book selling and you sit there and you watch the person actually autograph your book, then you're pretty confident you get an actual autographed book. You know, but if you are buying like autographed copy of, you know, whatever, yeah, it's not really autographed. Autographed pictures, you could you know, as promos, if they give away autographed pictures of some sports fan or something, yeah, it's not like the sports person, famous sporting celebrity, athlete, that's what they're called. If you go to a place that has an autographed picture of an athlete, it's not autographed. It's just stamped on. Quote unquote autographed picture. You know it's not really autographed when it's in, you know, Comic Sans. Yeah, it's their autograph. They always autograph their name in Comic Sans. Didn't know that? That's what makes, you know, this star unique and special to his audience. Is he always personally autographs every picture in Comic Sans. In Wingdings. I autograph all of my pictures in Wingdings. Myself. I gotta look up what Roll Cage TV would be in Wingdings and then practice signing my name in Wingdings. That would be pretty funny. Like, what is this? What kind of autograph is this? Personally autographed. When I start doing merch, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll sell it as quote unquote autographed copy, you know. And it'll just be an autograph with my name in Wingdings. See how many people get it. What is this? What are these weird butterfly spiral things? This is supposed to be autographed. Oh yeah, that is my autograph. Actually, it would be funny if I actually did, you know, hand write out the Wingdings and print it, you know, submitted that to the, you know, to the company to print up. I can do merch anytime I want. It's print to pay to print or something, merchandise. And I kept, except my logo and stuff, the person that did my art, and I really love the job she did, Exclam Art, Vitsa Kukats, Exclam Art in Twitch chat will give you the name of the artist. She did a great job with the art, but unfortunately I wasn't very specific when I told her about my logo, that I wanted it in vector graphics, and she just did it in raster graphics. If you know anything about graphics, that is not something that you can scale up to like print on a t-shirt or a mug. And so I need to find someone that can redo the logo or take the flat files and convert them to vector graphics. There are tools to do it, but I don't have them. Let's see. Lol, me and a friend wrote secret messages using wingdings. Yeah, of course. Did you like text messages, or were they handwritten messages in wingdings? Did you pass notes in school using wingdings? That would be very funny. All right, I got my mileage in. And it's odd that mileage, you still get mileage on the vehicle when you're doing a custom race, which makes it kind of hard to do multiplayer and not have it mess up your career mode. Because if you're doing, oh, I want to do multiplayer, I'll do a custom race with multiplayer. And guess what? Multiplayer custom races give you credit towards your career mode mileage. So, kind of cheating. Texie would type them in computer class and then print them and then decipher them in class. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it would be even cooler if you typed them out and then printed them and then hand drew them. And then wrote the hand-drawn notes. Of course, if you sent wingdings hand-drawn across to your friend, they would probably, if it got intercepted, you'd be on somebody's list. you'd be branded a heretic and an occultist or something. You'd be run out of town by the community elders. Oh, what are these devil symbols that they're passing back and forth? Obviously, you must be, eating babies or something. That's what the secret message means. Meet me at the coven. We're having a baby roast. I shouldn't go there. I really shouldn't go there. I'm making fun, folks. I'm making fun. I'm just joshing everybody. All right. Let's see. Pro. I know my audience appreciates my really dumb sense of humor. All right, we can now move on to the next event. It's 2 rounds of elimination, and elimination is always tricky. Don't be surprised if I have to turn down the difficulty here. I only need to finish in the top 2. The reason elimination is tricky is because if you're too successful in the first round, you will end up starting at the back of the pack in the second round. Now, you have to be somewhat successful in the first round so that you can get the points. Do half of these. This makes me halfway upgraded. Okay. Go here. Don't go back, otherwise it won't take it. And then select. So yeah, you do the first race. If it's a 2-race elimination, the first race. Oh, am I really at Indianapolis? Is it the Oval? Well, this will be easy if it's the Oval. Not the GT course. It's got to be the GT course, right? It is the North Circuit GT course. Okay. Yes. Select yes. Yeah, they start you in the middle, but notice the way elimination works is two cars are eliminated with every round, and it's like every 3 seconds. Yeah, I gotta restart that. I should have just restarted it. 2 cars are eliminated, and there's like 20 seconds. You know, every 20 seconds, 2 cars are eliminated or something like that. Oh, that, okay, I can't waste another. I only get like 3 of those things. I can't waste another rewind. And so if you finish first, in the first race, they start you at the very back in the second race. And that means if you don't pass like 3 cars immediately, you're going to be eliminated. And it's so easy to eliminate it almost immediately. So you see, people were eliminated right away. So even if I get through this, you have to play kind of smart. You don't want to finish in first. You want to make sure you're in the points, otherwise you don't have a chance. But you want to finish, you know, like 3rd through 5th. That way you're not at risk of being eliminated immediately. You don't want to finish higher than 3rd. If it's a 2-round elimination race. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That was me. I was not being bumped. It just looked like it because I was driving so poorly. These guys are faster than me, I think. I am playing on hard AI, but hard is actually the middle AI. And what I found is on hard mode, their top speed is the same as your top speed in general. Oops, I think I accidentally downshifted there for a second. But you can take them on the corners and stuff if you know how to drive. On higher difficulty levels than hard, because there's 2 difficulty levels higher than that, then they're faster than you on the straightaways. And then on lower difficulty levels, you're faster than them on the straightaways. There's 5 difficulty levels. Of course, it's hard to tell who's faster on a straightaway, because whoever gets out of the turn faster is going to be the fastest on the straightaway, right? It has to be a long enough straightaway that you can really tell. Yeah, I don't think they're faster than me. They're about my speed, though, which is what they should be. Tells me I got the right level of upgrades. Whoa! Don't penalize me, bro. Don't. Okay. This car is hard to drive. I did not get bumped there either. That was just me. Who are they eliminating now? I'm in 10th. I gotta get... Oh, I'm in 7th now. That was a nice pass, huh? Yeah, this is not a place where I can easily look at chat. I see there's a chat there, but I can't read it. I feel proud if when I turn to look at the chat, I still see it on my little preview chat box, which means I got to it within a minute of it being written. Because I preview my stream to make sure it's all, you know, sounding right. You can still hear my voice. And the stream hasn't died and whatever. And so I see it when it appears on my... There's a separate place where I can read it. I don't have to read it off the window. I read it in my chat history. I'm going to be eliminated here. In 7th. Okay, 7th might be good enough. You get rewinds like Forza. I had them turned off initially, but I felt really bad. I went a real long time without using the rewinds. You get a limited number. But then they were just too aggressive. They're unlike in Forza where you can turn down the driver aggression. You can't turn down the driver aggression in this game. And so they'll just come after you. And one of the things about this game is the whole shtick of the game is if you bump into somebody, if you make contact with somebody, you get what's called a nemesis. And then the nemesis, they turn red. Their icon turns red on the map. And they will come after you no matter what. So even if somebody hits you, it's not your fault, somebody hits you, suddenly they become a nemesis and they'll come after you. And they get a speed boost as well, so you can't get away from them. And so it's like impossible to play the game without them. And unless you turn the difficulty level of the races down so low that, you know, you can get past them and it's just, you know, you get through the traffic immediately. So yeah, I finally decided after many hours of playing without the rewinds that okay, I'll put the rewinds on. When I first did, one of the reasons that I hesitated putting the rewinds on is because I knew I would be tempted to just use them all the time. When I initially put the rewinds on, I said to myself, okay, I'm only going to use the rewinds if it's my fault. Or only going to use the rewinds if it's not my fault. I mean, if somebody runs me in the wall unfairly, then I'll use the rewind. But if it's my fault, then, you know, I'll just chalk it up to bad driving and I won't run the rewinds. But I knew at the time, oh, I'm not going to just do it. I am going to stick to that promise for like 4 races, and then I'm going to decide, no, I'm going to use a rewind there. Yeah, I spun out on the curve totally on my own accord, without any help whatsoever from the competition, but you know what? I'm still rewinding it, because I want to win this race. I don't want to have to do this race over again. I'm so intensely focused, I don't even see what position I'm in. I'm in 6th. Okay, that's good. That's good. What did I end up in? 7th last time? I need to get in the top 2. So if I can, I mean, if I could win this race, then I'm almost guaranteed. Ugh. Smashing into things. I love it. Like I said, the game is lots of fun. It is lots of fun. I do enjoy the game a lot. I enjoy the racing. It's the nonsense with the menus and stuff that kind of turns me off. But if you're just sitting there doing like multiplayer races or whatever, yeah, it's a great game. If you're you know, trying to do a career mode for content, it can be a little frustrating having to go back and forth between different menus over and over again because they keep resetting the menu on you and stuff like that. So, or you have to go in and out of career mode. And they also have these, in career mode you get these, there's some races I just cannot do because there's a bug where you have to get a sponsor and you have to meet certain sponsorship objectives, and then you get invited to a sponsor's, if you meet their objective, you get invited to a sponsor's race. And the problem is some of the sponsors are broken and you cannot meet all their objectives, so you could never finish that race. It's a pretty major bug for career mode, but apparently most people don't play career mode and they don't really care, you know, to make sure that career mode is well functional. Yeah, I've got a good chance of actually winning this race, and with a 5th place and a 1st place, I will almost certainly finish 5th overall, or 2nd overall is what I need. Was it a 5th place or 7th place? Maybe it was 7th place. But I may not finish 1st. I got a while till, one of us is going to get eliminated, but we are the last two to get eliminated. It depends on who's in front to say who gets first and who doesn't. We eliminate two at a time, so let's see who's being eliminated right now. 8 of us, 6 of us, so 2 just got eliminated. Okay. It's going to be pretty close, whether I'll finish first or second. I don't have much time to get by this guy. Oh, that was a bad turn. Oh, and see, I have or at least one nemesis right behind me. You see, they're keeping up with me. They are not falling back. I may have passed that guy a long time ago, but he's still right behind me. So I may not even finish second. Yeah, I love to hear that you're getting a racing rig, a little racing rig. I don't have a racing rig anymore. Well, I never had like a whole rig, but I had a wheel that I used to play on, but I don't have room for that now. I still have my wheel, but it's all packed up. So I'm using a controller for all my racing games. Oh! Second place, let's see. You haven't played this, you play Forza. Forza Motorsports or Forza Horizons? I've played both. I still love Forza Motorsports. I got kind of turned off on Forza Horizons. Even though I love Forza Horizons more than Forza Motorsports, I can't even tell you how many hours I have in Forza Horizons. I literally can't tell you because it's... Where did I finish? Third! I needed second! Oh no, I have to do that over again. Crap. If I'd have won, I would have made it. Big red X. Okay, I'll have to do it over again. The whole event. And I will be doing it in medium just to guarantee it. Actually, I was so close enough, I'm tempted to do my second try in hard again. What do you say? Do I try it again in hard, or do I move it down to medium? I have to think about that. Yeah, I don't know how many hundreds of hours in Forza Horizons between the various ones. Yep, I need to do this again. May as well try it again in hard, or may as well play it in medium. Regardless, if I fail, I'll do it in easy for the last. I'm not going to do an event more than 3 times. I feel like doing it in hard again, because I think I can do it. I gotta think of the content. Nobody wants to see me fail 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Always gotta think of the content. If I think I can do it in hard, why not? Yeah, I came close. I'll try it again in hard. I'll just finish better than 7th for the first one. Because I was able to get through the field pretty easily at the start. So I'll just play a little bit more aggressively on the first one. Use more of those rewinds. Only cutting a little, only cutting a little. Oh, my teammate is crashed. Poor guy. It wasn't my teammate who beat me in that last race, was it? Yeah, make sure I tell my teammate to fall back. One of the upgrades are funny. You upgrade the teammate. There's teammate upgrades, and it's like some of the upgrades are to make them drive better, but then they're competing with you, so you don't want them to drive better, because you won't win the race, but you need to win if your teammate beats you. theoretically you'll make more money because your team will make more money, right? But it's only a small amount of money, and you end up making more money by beating your teammate than you do by having your teammate beat you and having the team be successful. Oh, no penalty that time. That's good. Okay, let's just drive better. That's always a solution. But there are 2 upgrades you can give your teammate, which are kind of funny. I feel bad. One upgrade you can give your teammate is make him be able to give him a command to hold back, to play defense. And the upgrade the second level upgrade for that is to give him a higher percentage chance of listening to you. So, because he might refuse to hold back, but if you give him the final upgrade in that category, he'll almost certainly, he has like a 90% chance of listening to your command, right? You say, hold back, he'll say, okay, I'll hold back. Okay, he'll defend. Which the reason, okay, that's fine. You're the lead driver, he'll listen to your command to hold back. That's good. But then there's a whole second tier of upgrades. Oh, did I get hit, or was that just me? Might have been me hitting the grass. Yeah, that was just me. Always behind me. The second series of upgrades you can give him is to have him take less money. So one set of upgrades is to make him more obedient, and the second set of upgrades is to give him less money. So you reward him for listening to you by paying him less. It's really a moral moral indictment against the game. You get more money and are more successful if you abuse your teammate. So I feel bad about it, but I did it. It's part of the game. Like I feel bad about the rewinds, but it's part of the game. Okay, I am pushing to see how far I can get in this race. I will probably not win the I came in second anyway in the second race. I'm hoping if I win this race and come in second in the second race, then I'll certainly come in second overall. I'm guaranteed. But I'm taking a chance that I'll be able to not be eliminated immediately in the second race. But I can restart the race. If I get eliminated immediately, I'll just use the restart option. Because you do have the option to restart. So yes, I can beat these guys from the middle of the pack if I push myself to do it. And I pay attention to what I'm doing. So how much Forza have you played? Yeah, I love Forza Horizon 4, but I'm kind of like a completionist collector kind of guy when it came to Forza Horizon. And also, I'm a person of limited skill. But the nice thing about Forza Horizon is you could always collect everything, all the cars and everything, just by grinding. You could grind the money to buy the vehicles. You could grind the wheel to spin to get the vehicles. And even if there were special vehicles you couldn't get by grinding or spinning the wheel, you get enough money that you could buy one on the auction market, because people would get 2 of them or 3 of them, and so they'd auction one. So that was really cool, and that was the case with Horizon 2, Horizon 3, and Horizon 4 when it first came out. I was a little turned off by Horizon 3 when they came out with like the Hot Wheels stuff, when they started doing the co-branding DLC, and Horizon 4 came out with the Lego car stuff. But it was fun. I'm not saying it wasn't fun. It was fun, but you know, it was very fun driving around the normal courses and driving off-road and whatever. I didn't mean to knock down Lego trees and have them explode in front of me to add to the fun. Plus, I don't really like Legos in the first place. I like Legos when I was growing up, when you actually bought the bricks and built your own things. But then when they started selling these kits for exorbitant amounts of money, and if you wanted to build anything that wasn't in the kit, you wanted to actually use your creativity, you had to buy like 100 kits to get the bricks you wanted to build the thing that you wanted to build, right? It was totally focused on Lego's business model went from being, you know, build whatever you want to no, spend the money to build this exact kit and only give you the bricks to build this exact kit. So I had a problem with Legos, but that's the era I grew up in. They changed their whole business model. But besides that, you know, the Lego stuff was fun. But then the problems started to keep in. Remember, I said I'm a collector. I want to try to get everything in the game. Well, oh, that's not just a rerun. That's a restart. Too early in the game to waste a rewind on that. That would have been eliminated immediately. But then the other thing that came with the Lego DLC in Forza Horizons 4 was there was a race at the end that you could only get into there were bricks you could buy to build your house, right? And you could only get bricks by accomplishing certain goals in the game. And some of the bricks you could only accomplish by, remember, I'm on an elimination race here. I got to get by people no matter what. You had to do all the stunts, right, to get all the bricks. And some of the stunts were like get 5 stars, I guess there's 3 stars in all the drift challenges. Now, I've mentioned many times in this game, I would never finish the career mode in this game because I don't like drifting. I can't drift. I hate it. I think it's stupid. Again, remember, I'm a boomer. I grew up in an age where demolition derbies were cool, but not when drifting was cool. But I can't do it. I just can't do it. I just don't have the skill to do it. So they put up what I called a skill wall, where you couldn't get in the last race unless you had a certain level of skill. You couldn't just grind out. I could grind out for 40 years. I won't go for 40 years, but I could grind out, not another 40 years. I could grind out for 40 years, and I would never have the skill to get 3 stars on the thing because it's a lie that you can, you know, no matter how, if you put it in the time, you'll get better at something. No, that's a lie. At some point you peak. Otherwise, everyone would be the world championship at everything if you could just do it by putting in the time. That's a complete lie. That's just you trying to make an excuse for why you're not a world champion because I don't have the time to put in. That's the only reason I'm not world champion. If I put in the time, I could be a world champion. No, you couldn't. You probably don't have the skill to be a world champion. I freely admit that I don't have the skill to be able to get 3 stars in all the drift challenges, nor will I ever. Because I do not have the skill, and I'm too old to get the skill, you know, at this point in my life. I've given up on all my hopes and dreams of success in that area, and many other areas, to be quite honest. It just wasn't going to happen. And so the game went from you can accomplish everything in the game you want if you just grind it out to, well, now there's this one thing you can't do just by grinding it out. There's a skill wall. But one thing is to use that skill wall into the game Then they started introducing other skill walls into the game, like there were exclusive cars that you could only get by beating like the top level or the second top level AI in whatever weekly or monthly challenge it was. So you had to play every week, which I was playing every week anyway. I was playing like every day. So to me that was fair. You had to play every month, and you also had to beat the highest, or maybe it was the second highest AI level at this race. Well, I couldn't do it. I couldn't beat the highest AI level. And so guess what? Those cars were forever locked out to me. And so again, there were things I couldn't collect with grinding things out. I had to get better, and I was not going to get better. And so I couldn't accomplish the thing that was the most fun to me in the game, which was, you know, collecting all the goodies. You got to catch them all, kind of thing. So I really started to get turned off, and then they tried to make up for that by, you know, you could, if you played every week, you could get these credits that would allow you to buy these vehicles, but then you only got so many of the credits, and it wasn't enough credits to get all the vehicles, and so it was just to make up for the fact that if you couldn't get this vehicle, last month's vehicle, well, you get a second chance to buy it. But I couldn't get any of the special vehicles, and I couldn't earn enough credits to get all the special vehicles just by playing. So there was always vehicles that were unavailable to me because I didn't have the skills. So the nature of the game changed from one of, if you grind it out, no matter what your skill level is, if you grind it out, you can get everything in the game. If you played it enough, you get everything in the game. To, it doesn't matter how much you grind it out. If you have maxed out on your skill level, there's things you're not going to be able to do in the game. And so, at that point, I said, I'm done with Forza Horizons. And so, I stopped playing Forza Horizons 4. I never bought Forza Horizons 5. And that's my history. You can't drift in Forza either. Yeah, so... And believe me, Forza Horizons 4 is a lot easier to drift in than this. I can drift in Forza Horizons 4 reasonably well. Not enough to get 3 stars in all the challenges. On this game, I tried one of the drift challenges, and on the absolute easiest skill level, I came in last place by such a far margin that I'm not even going to attempt any more drift events here. And I made it. What did I get? A second and a first? Or first and a first? I don't know, but... Yes, I was able to beat it in hard mode. I just had to focus a little bit more, so I'm glad I retried it in hard. I thought I probably could do it. But I am coming up on 50 minutes, which means it's time for me to take another break. So if you are watching on Twitch, stick around. I'll be back to do another hour of this game, and then I actually have another hour of another game to do after this. So I'm actually got 2 more hours to do of stream. But if you're watching on YouTube, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. The next YouTube episode will be out the next weekend, Saturday, Sunday at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time, which is midnight in the UK, and midnight in the UK, noon the next day in New Zealand, and 0600 the next day in either Bangladesh or Thailand, depending on whether we here in the Western world are currently in daylight savings time or not. So check your local listings. U.S. Central Time is Minneapolis time. Don't type Minneapolis. Type Iowa. It's easier. So Chicago, you type Chicago. That's probably harder to type than Iowa. So anyway, U.S. Central Time, 6 p.m., 1800 hours, and then midnight England, noon New Zealand. So for those of you on Twitch, stick around. For those of you on YouTube, next episode. Either way, thank you much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave me a comment. You watched this far. That's with a comment, right? So I will see you then.